Okay, welcome everyone. I cannot believe it is the end of March. I had to double check my calendar a couple times. I really thought that it was only the 28th, but it is 100% the 29th today. So in case you guys don't know, I am Shannon J, and I am now a double diamond leader with It Works. So cool. This is like my first Zoom being able to say that. It's been a long time coming, but guys, just know that keep pushing, and month end is crazy. You guys are also going to hear from Jillian, who is an emerald leader, and she is pushing hard for diamond this month. Two more days, girl. We're getting it. It's so close. So we are going to go over how to like HAP and follow up. And of course, my dog is barking to get let in. Come on. She had great timing. She got let out like 2 minutes before we started, and I was like, "You're gonna have to get let in." That's okay. So yeah, we're gonna talk about HAPs and following up for month end. Obviously, you can implement these things into your entire month, but these are extra things that we do month end. People just seem to have money at the end of the month. I think a lot of people budget monthly, right? And it comes to the end of the month and they're like, oh, I still have like an extra like $90, $100, whatever. They're like, if we're the ones in their inbox, they're like, that's where I'm going to spend that money. So follow-ups are freaking key. So I'm going to start off with my HAP tips and follow-up tips, and then we can switch over to Jillian. She does a few things differently, but it gives you lots and lots of options to find what's going to work best for you. So for me, HAPs at the end of the month is product HAP like crazy. I do not do a single giveaway HAP after about the 25th of the month. It is solid product HAPs because we want to be bringing in those customers at the end of the month. We have month-end promos. We have all kinds of good things to talk about and offer people at the end of the month. And also my product HAPs are very, very consistent. They are all the same. Unless someone posted that HAP for me in the last like 2 months, that's what they're getting. And it is right now, it's that 4 gummies, 2 tablets. And I do have that it's all at her discounted cost. I know a lot of people were having like at her cost, but I'm still finding really, really good results with at her discounted cost. So that has been fire. So like I said, everyone is getting that HAP. If people have issues copying and pasting, I'm sending them a photo of that HAP. And what I've done for that is if you go to Facebook as if you're going to post it yourself and put it on a colored background and screenshot it, it basically creates your own little HAP photo. And if people have issues post copying and pasting, I will send them a photo instead. It's almost just as good, and it's better than them not posting at all. So we're still on the right track. So that product HAP, the gummies HAP right now is also really, really great. And again, like I said, only 2-3 months. So like I have some people that posted that 4 gummies, 2 tablets for me in November, and I gave it to them again this month. Okay. It's a bit of a gap, right? They might have new friends, new people on their page. Maybe they've been posting different. Maybe their algorithm is different and more people are going to see it. To me, that's a good time frame that you can give them the same one again, especially when it's a really good one. And again, it's going to seem so repetitive. I know a few people that are like newer. They're like, wait, do I keep sending the same thing? It's like, yes, because we know it works. We know that it gets comments. So don't reinvent the wheel. Stick with what you know. Stick with the ones like if you're going to put in the time and the effort to get HAPs up, then you should be putting up HAPs that we know work. I don't want to say that it's like self-sabotage, but if you are going and getting up a bunch of hydrate HAPs, you're probably self-sabotaging yourself. Hydrate HAPs just are not very popular, and they're not going to get as many comments. So give yourself as much momentum as you can. Okay, so HAPs, these people, where are they coming from, right? Where are we getting people to HAP for us from? So they are coming from giveaway posts. I always do like a month-end giveaway post, kind of like, oh, you have one last chance to get in. I also like to message people that have interacted on my other posts. It could be like a post of just me and my kids. It can be anything that they have commented on, liked. And then it's better than, I'll say, like a cold message, because they interacted with us first. So it's just kind of us then reaching out to them. I find it usually gets a better response. And you're going to find a lot of people that like and comment your regular posts and never comment on your giveaway posts. So you're also going to get very different people posting for you, because I find a lot of people that are not interested in the giveaway is usually because they have money and they don't need money. So if they're going to post for you, their friends usually have money too. So you usually get into some pretty good networks, because that's the next thing, right? Is we want to make sure we're getting into all kinds of different networks. So I really recommend that one. You can message the people that have viewed your story, all kinds of people from all over. And then obviously making sure that you're checking the comments daily. You can turn on notifications for the HAP, right? So if people comment, you should get a notification. You want to make sure you're saving them, right? I hope everyone has a saved folder with their HAPs. If you don't know what that means, please message your enroller and they will explain how to save the HAPs all into one spot, because again, game changing for keeping things organized. Okay, what else for HAPs? Just keep getting up lots. Like I have a lot of people, oh, it's the end of the month. Like, oh, whatever. Well, we'll get it next month. Like, no, there's still 2 days. You could get up like 10 HAPs tomorrow, 10 HAPs the last day of the month, and sign 3 or 4 customers, right? Just from people that are ready on the spot, end of the month, new HAPs, new potentials. It also is a great catapult into the next month. A lot of times you'll be signing lots of people on the 1st and the 2nd because they're people that kind of missed out at the end of the month, but then they're ready. So it's fantastic. Just keep going, guys. I think that was it for HAPs. I feel like I had one other thing, but it will probably come to me a little bit later. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just go over follow-ups really quick. So if you guys don't know, I have this planner. It's called Day Designer. It's like my best friend. I take it everywhere. And you don't have to have one exactly like this. You can just have a lined binder, piece of notebook. And the key to this one is that it has 1 page for every single day. So I'm going to show you just as an example. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so this was like literally the last 2 days. Okay, so like this is a day, right? Turn the page. This is a day, okay? And then you're able to keep things so organized. So when we're doing follow-ups, I like to do 24 to 48 hours, okay? So what was today? Today was Wednesday. So I went back and made sure that I followed up with my Monday people. And if I did all my Monday people, then I'm gonna go and check Tuesday and see how those conversations had ended. Also check in with them, okay? So this is why it's great to know what days you talk to people. Okay, end of the month. We are also I go through the entire month in 1 day usually, and I'll send a whole follow-up, okay? Sometimes if I have I'll say more messaging room, I try not to send too many more than like 60 of the same message in a day. Sometimes you can get away with a little bit more, but when you're asking for HAPs, following up, having conversations, messaging people from new HAPs, you're going to have a lot of messages rolling through, and you can keep going. So I already did all of my March follow-ups. I messaged everyone from February. I've messaged everyone from January. Okay. And I'm working my way through December now. So you can go back like months and months when you have everything organized like this. If you just have a list, that's fine. Start from the bottom, work your way back up. Going forwards, try to date them. Like I said, lined notebook from the dollar store, write the date at the top of the page. There you go. Same thing that I have here, right? 1 page is 1 day. And I do put a little dash beside their name and say what I talked to them about so that I know if they were a weight loss interest, or if they were a business distributor interest, or if they were like a hair, skin, nails interest, because obviously the message is going to be slightly different. And then you can kind of bulk them too, right? I will go through and send all of my customer follow-ups first. Well, not necessarily first, but in a chunk. I don't do customer, distributor, depending who's in the book. I will just go through and do the customers. Then after that, I will go through and do the distributors. Because again, we're streamlining things and using our time most efficiently. If you're constantly having to change up the message, it's going to take you longer. So yeah, do customers, distributors, bulk them kind of together. The next thing is if you did not write people down, That's okay. Messenger doesn't go anywhere. Do not delete your Facebook messages. Do not ever, never, ever, ever. I could probably go back in messages to like high school, I'm sure, because I never delete them. But it comes so much in handy now because there are people that will shoot me a message or they've commented on one of my product apps. And when I go to message them, I'm like, oh, look, I actually talked to them 2 years ago about the same thing. So here they are, interested again. So it's great for you to know where they came from. Sometimes I've had people ask, oh, how do you know so-and-so? And I can go to so-and-so's conversation and scroll all the way up and see whose HAP they commented on and how I know them. So same thing now, when you are looking for people that you've talked to about products, if you've missed anyone, if you scroll back in your messenger, you can even just scroll back to the beginning of March and start scrolling up and look at the names, look at the messages, right? You should almost have like people to the front. You should try not to have too many from the back, right? Unless it's people that haven't answered things, then they're going to stay there. But anyone that you talk to about product, right? You're going to be able to see them. Make sure you're writing their names down, right? Go find them. You don't want anyone to slip through the cracks. You don't want to miss them. My next big follow-up tip for following up is if you can get them on the phone. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm really, really bad at this. Not very good at offering to call people right away. A lot of times the people that I talk to on the phone is because they've asked me to call them, which is always a yes. It is always a yes. What time? ASAP if they want to talk on the phone. But the other thing that's kind of cool is like people that have said, okay, can you set up the order for me? And I'm like, okay, yes. Okay, drop a one in the chat right now if you have ever had someone say that they are ready to order and they either never go to the link and start ghosting you, or they never send you their information and then they ghost you after they said that they're ready to order, okay? So if that happens, someone who has said that they are ready to order and they want you to set it up for them, a lot of times they get uncomfortable about sending Jillian, about sending their information. So one of my next messages is to message them and say, hey, like if you want, we can get on the phone and you can give me your information over the phone. It makes you more of a real person, right? A lot of these people we have only ever talked to on Facebook. So they're like, is this a real person? Am I talking to a robot? Don't know what's happening. So you want to try to call them. The other thing is the link, similar thing. Obviously, I'm going to check back with them and say, hey, did the link work for you? Is it something on my end? And again, if they don't answer, I'm going to follow up with them again because people who have said that they will order and they're like right there. It's like when you're like fishing and the fish is like in the water and you just need to like reel them in, but they're like right there. So honestly, I'd probably follow up with those people a little bit more often because they said that they were ready. And yeah, sometimes too, if they wanted the link and they still aren't answering, again, I will go back to them and offer and say, hey, I know sometimes like our website can be a bit confusing. Do you want to give me a call and we can set it up together, right? Anything that we can do to make their lives easier, anything that we can do to make their lives easier is how we're going to be able to get there. Another nice thing that I have recently started using is the shareable shopping cart links that are in the new app. They're kind of cool. You can just set them up. I just have mine labeled as like the products that are in it. So like Gummies Thermophyte right now is like huge. So I just send them the Gummies Thermophyte shopping bag. They literally click on the link, click continue, put in their information and send. They don't have to navigate the website. They don't have to do anything too complicated. And it works out really, really well. So another thing that if you guys have been on my Zooms before, you're going to know, but you will see all of these like stars in my book. I'm going to show you guys closer. Hopefully you can see these like stars. Okay, so just a like quick 5-point star means that they said yes, that they were going to order. If I colored them in, it means that they did order. So again, a great way to see and keep track of who has said what. So then almost like the first thing in the morning that I'm doing is going to find all my stars and making sure that the ones that are not colored in, that they're getting a message first. And then obviously it's exciting when you have more stars colored in because that means that those people ordered. And then things are able to just keep flowing going forwards. I also do extra product posts, I'll say near the end of the month. Again, more volume. Any product interest that we can get rolling in is going to be key. That's what drives our month end, right? And again, continues driving us into the next month. Okay, so if anyone has questions for me, I'll let you throw them in the chat, but I'm going to turn it over to Jillian so that we don't, again, take up too much of your time tonight so you can go implement all these things. And I will watch the chat if you have any questions, and I will turn it over to Jillian.
Hi, everybody. So if I haven't met you before, I'm Jillian. I'm an Emerald leader with It Works, but I'm going to be Diamond at the end of this month. So soon I'll be saying Diamond leader. That's the goal right now. So yeah, we're going to go over just some stuff about HAPs and follow-ups on my end. Obviously, I was trained by Shannon. So a lot of what Shannon said is some of what I do, but I've put my own spin on a few different things. So hopefully you get something a little bit different, but same idea. So as far as HAPs go, I literally hate doing them. Okay. I hate asking for them. I hate sending them. I hate dealing with people that don't know how to do them. Like, hate. But they're super, super important to this business. And I literally will do whatever it takes to get where I want to go in this business. So if I have to do this thing that I really don't like doing, that's fine. But often you get this mental block, like when you don't like doing something, you want to do all the other stuff that you like doing first, and you're leaving this to the last minute. But instead, what I've been trying to do is really focus on getting it out of the way first, so I don't have to deal with it later. So power hours, super good opportunity to get forced to do HAPs. That's how I look at it. Like, someone is there, they're telling you, do your HAPs, like, stop being a slacker, get out there, get it done. And that's what I need with that kind of thing. So Shannon was saying that she tends to do more product posts at the end of the month with people. So something that I've been doing, because I hate doing HAPs so much, is I've been sending tons of giveaway HAPs. And it's because I have a hard time with the network that I'm in asking people that comment on my giveaway posts are not willing to post for me. And so because of the certain people that happen to be in my network, I have to do things a bit differently. So I'm sending out tons of giveaway HAPs to people. And now I'm going into their networks and I'm asking all of their friends. And oftentimes these people have never even heard of these products. And then they're asking me for information. And then, you know, this past couple of weeks, I've ended up in these random networks that I've never been in before. And people from like the very north part of Saskatchewan are suddenly in my network. And I'm like, so, and they're all really interested. And that's because of HAPs. So something I do with the giveaway HAPs is I let lots of comments build up throughout the day. So first I send out a bunch at the start of the day. Then throughout the day, people are like commenting. And then later in the day, I go back to those HAPs then. And then I ask for more HAPs by sending out messages to those people that did the giveaway HAPs. So now I'm getting up some product HAPs. And of course, if you go to somebody's profile, you can kind of like creep them a little bit before you send them a HAP if you think like they might be part of a network that isn't going to be conducive to what you're trying to accomplish. So for example, if I'm trying to sign a distributor, I'm going to be sending distributor HAPs. If I'm trying to get lots of volume and lots of sales, then I'm going to be sending product HAPs. So if I see somebody's wall and it's like, oh, wait, they're in some kind of network marketing, I'm not going to send them a product HAP because they're going to be, or a distributor HAP. I'm going to send them a giveaway HAP because chances are that's what they're going to post for me. So that's super important as well. I find something that's been helping me get HAPs up is finding the right script. There's a whole bunch of different ones in boards. So, you know, sometimes you have to pull in people's heartstrings a little bit to be like, you know, I'm working really hard for this bonus and it would be such a huge help for me and my family and blah, blah, blah. But like, it's true. That's why we're doing this, right? Like, we're all here working on a goal, trying to help our families out or trying to help out, you know, maybe a distant family member, whatever. Okay. But it depends on the script you're sending people. I do sometimes try the green light messaging tactic. And that's kind of more like a cold messaging thing. if I don't have lots of giveaway HAPs up, or if I haven't done one on my wall recently, then I send green light messages. So that's when you go into Messenger, you see who's online, you check like the little contact book at the bottom. And because these people are already online, chances are they're going to see your message and possibly reply to it right away. So that's just a little thing that I do. I also ask lots of people that have posted for me before, and I experiment with different HAPs on those walls. So if I noticed that somebody posted something and it was really good, I'm like, I wonder if, the cleanse went really well. Maybe the gummies HAP will go really well next time based on how many comments it got. And sometimes, it's a total flop, but that's okay, because you have to experiment with stuff to see what works and to, potentially have something blow up. You're never going to know unless you try. So definitely do not recommend doing hydrate HAPs. I love the hydrate. Like, I love it so much, but HAPs, like, there's no one out there. It's like, oh my God, I want this electrolyte beverage. It's just not a thing. So anyway, so I also find a lot of ways to help technology challenge people with HAPs, because I find that to be like pulling teeth. So some of what Shannon said before, I've done as well, where you write the thing out in your own Facebook, take a screenshot and send them the picture of it. We also have HAPs on the pics, which are helpful as a last resort, but it's also like a lot better if you can actually get them to post properly. So when I notice somebody bumping my message, or like replying to my ask, or like anything like that, I always reply to them right away. Instead of just letting it go and being like, I don't feel like dealing with this, I'm like, I'll send you a screen recording of exactly how to do this. So I will go into my Facebook, I will start screen record, I will speak on the microphone on the screen recorder, and step by step teach them how to put up a post, how to save the image in their phone, how to copy and paste the text, stick it on their wall, how to tag me, and how to post, so that there is literally no excuse why they can't get that post up for me. And then if they still don't do it, then that's their problem. But I at least have done everything that I can do, right? So another thing I've done is, if I have a friend post a giveaway post, and somebody wants to share a post for me, but they don't know how to do it, and like, you just cannot get them to figure it out, I just tell them to go share the post that their friend posted if it's public, and tag me in that again. So now it's on their wall and their whole network can see it. And if they go to the original post and comment it, that's fine. It's just more people that are seeing this public post. So that's very helpful. So yeah, and I occasionally test new HAPs, but mainly stick to the gummies HAP. I, send the HAPs based on the goals I'm working towards. And that's basically all it comes down to. I've struggled a lot with getting HAPs up, and this month I really, really want to hit that diamond bonus. So I am forcing myself to do it like 3 times a day if I have to do it. And I would say like 80% of the sales I've gotten this month are from HAPs, and the other 20% are probably from follow-ups. So with that, I will go over into follow-ups here. So Shannon has that book. I also have the same book. So I won it as a prize from Shannon. And I use like a combination of that plus a spreadsheet. So like throughout the day, sometimes I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to do like all this stuff, and I don't have my computer in front of me to add to my spreadsheet, or I'm on my phone, I don't want to do it there. So I'm scribbling down names in that book on the day that I'm on, just like haphazardly throughout the day. And that way I know I'm not going to miss anyone, because when you're sending out like 50 plus messages asking for HAPs 3 times a day, you're not going to have any clue who you're talking to at like 8 a.m. Like, I'm like, I don't know. So I do the book first. And then when I finally get a chance to get to the spreadsheet, I take all the names and I throw them in the spreadsheet. And I do try to keep them organized, but again, sometimes it gets too busy, don't have time. So at least I have that list of names, and I can just go from the bottom and work my way back if I know that it's been a recent conversation. So then I do like a 2-day, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month kind of follow-up system. And I always write a note on my spreadsheet next to the person, when's the last follow-up I did with them. And that way I can jump back into the conversation. I also write a suggestion to myself as to when I think I should follow up with them next. So like if somebody straight up said to me, like, I can't do this right now, it's too hard. I'm like, with the opportunity, it's too hard. I'm too busy. I'm too whatever. Like, I'm not going to pester them to death, but I am going to check back in a month. So I'll just put a little note being like, hey, is now a better time, whatever. Same with product. If someone gives me an actual date that they want to order, then I'm going to put the date in my spreadsheet. And I'm going to put a note in my phone and a notification to go off to remind me, because I'm a scatterbrain and I don't want to miss. They told me a day. They like, that's probably payday. I want to be the first person that messages them that morning, even if it's like 5 a.m, 6 a.m. Like maybe I'm in a different time zone. They can't blame me. So then I always like scroll back through the conversation a little bit too, just to kind of see what we were chatting about, because when you have a list of a lot of potentials from getting up lots of HAPs, you might need to refresh your memory. So that can be very helpful for you to be like, oh my God, no, I already offered this person the opportunity last time. They told me they weren't ready. So maybe this time I should ask them to post for me. You know what I mean? You don't want to keep sending them the same messages over and over. So it's good to kind of see what you're working with. And then as far as like opportunity follow-ups, I always try to come across as very like positive and welcoming, because like I really want to invite people to this awesome team that we have. I really want to like show people that they can do what we're all doing here, and that we're here to help each other. And it doesn't matter who your enroller is, what part of the branch you're on, or whatever, like we're all here to support and help each other. So I really try and like emphasize that in my follow-ups with the people that I'm trying to bring onto my team. And with that, I also opportunity chat offer them. Like I just be like, okay, you know, we're doing an opportunity chat on Thursday, etc. And you know, a lot of people come back and say, oh, I can't do it because I'm going to bed. So I've really tried to change the way I'm messaging people, just by letting them know, hey, I'm going to add you into this chat. And then when you have a chance tomorrow, scroll to the top and press play. And then they'll be like, okay. So now they're added, and now, you know, a little bit pushy sometimes. Not everyone's as pushy, but sometimes it works. So as far as other follow-ups, like I don't always stick to follow-up Friday, just because either I'm too busy on Friday, or because I've already been following up with people throughout the week, every couple of days. So people I'm talking to the same day of, you know, even if I spoke to someone at 8 this morning, maybe I'm checking back again at 8 tonight. If not, then I'm going to check back in the morning the next day. And if not, then definitely the day after. So then if we have a crazy promo, like an enroll-a-thon happening, you know, they give us advance notice that we're going to have an enroll-a-thon on the Canada Road to VIP thingy calendar. They're showing us this day is an enroll-a-thon. So you know a free product's going to be given out, or something's going to happen. So I kind of prepare myself to follow up with people in advance as well. And then on the day of the promotion, no one ever wants to buy anything or get anything for free, but that's fine. Too bad for them. Okay. Yeah. So if people give me like, if people like HAP for me too, I always follow up with them. Whether it's within a week, 2 weeks, always in the same month that they posted for me, just to ask them, you know, hey, I've got a discounted space open. I appreciate you posting for me. You know, I'm looking for reviewers for blah, blah, blah. Or, hey, your post got so many comments. What the heck? You know, like I literally do this all day, every day. Like we could do this together. You just did exactly what I do. So there's lots of good scripts for that and boards as well. So I keep a nice list of all the people that post for me, so that I can use those as other follow-ups. And like, you never know who you're going to bring on, and you never know who's going to want info. So don't ever count anybody out. You know, all you have to do is ask. And if they say no, then we offer them the opportunity, or we make them HAP again. And if they say no again, then maybe we stop bugging them. Or we get blocked. So yeah, that's how I do my follow-ups. And last week of the month, we're all super crazy busy. So I do them in big bulk chunks, just like Shannon does. I've got like a whole list of people that are product ones that are opportunity ones. People that have said that they wanted me to reach out before this March promotion for registration ends. Like, you got to keep notes for yourself. So I have those in my spreadsheet as well. Those are basically all the things that I do.
Awesome. Amazing. Thank you. So many good tips and tidbits, guys. Jillian is like a ridiculous month-end mass enroller. So you guys want to take all of her tips. Girl does like over 1,000 volume at the end of the month. I don't even know how. She's just out there killing it. I thought of 2 more tips that I want to share with you guys. And that is to make sure that you are going back and also checking in with people who said yes to post, but they didn't message you and tell you that they did. I have a lot of people that I message that and they're like, oh yeah, I posted that 4 days ago. And I go and check and there's like 5 comments. Guess what? If you hadn't checked back with them, you would have missed all those people because they did post, they just didn't tell you. So please make sure that you are going back. And I keep it short and sweet. Like, it's nothing fancy. It's like, hey, just wanted to check in and see if you got that post up for me. I'd like really appreciate it. Or if they did comment on a giveaway post, hey, wanted to see if you got that post up. Our giveaway is just in like 2 days from now. I'd love to get your name entered, whatever. Short and sweet for those ones. And again, copy paste. And I literally just go through my messenger. So like, I'll scroll back however long it's been since I did it the last time. And you can look at the message and you can see what you sent them, right? So you're going to see if you sent them HAPs, right? And the last thing is make sure that you are going back and checking your HAPs for the whole month for new comments. If you don't have your notifications on, sometimes people comment like 2 weeks later. I don't know how all of a sudden they're seeing it. Facebook algorithm still is confusing sometimes, but check your HAPs from the whole month. And sometimes I'll even go back to the previous month, check the ones from the end of that month as well. We don't want to leave a stone unturned in that circumstance. Okay, so if you guys don't have any other questions that you want to throw in the chat for either Jillian or myself, then we will end it there so that everyone can get out and go implement these things, go follow up, go get 10 HAPs up tonight before you go to bed, send all the messages. Again, we use boards constantly. Jillian and I are using the messages in boards. We're not usually coming up with our own stuff that's like magic. I promise we would share that. Everything is in boards that we are using. So guys, use that all to your advantage. And let's finish off month end so strong and obviously going right into April, just zoom in. Okay, everyone, have a great night.